Hi, everybody. This is in response to Hot for Words. She was asking about if we knew about a barbecue story. So I got a pretty good one I want to tell you about. Now, this one, I wasn't there, but this is, it's a story. Back in the ancient days, there was a Jewish king called Ahab, and he marries this woman by the name of Jezebel. Right now, Jezebel come from a different land, and she worshipped this god named Baal. And we can kind of see that who wore the pants in this marriage, because King Ahab, who's a Jew, should be worshiping, the God of Abraham, Jehovah. He kind of says, okay, we'll just worship Baal. And now this made God kind of mad. He didn't like it, and so he went to his prophet Elijah. Now Elijah was like one of the last prophets, because this Jezebel had been killing off all the other prophets that the Jews had, that worshiped the God of Abraham. She wanted to just get rid of him. So anyway, God goes to Elijah, and he tells him, he goes, I'm not real happy about this situation. I want you to do something for me. And Elijah says, well, sure. What do you mean to do? And so God comes over, and Elijah's like, oh, okay, I'll do it. As long as you're with me, I'll do it. So Elijah sets up a meeting with King Ahab. And there was some other stuff that was going on, and Ahab wasn't real happy with Elijah anyway. But anyway, they hook up, and Elijah says, hey, look, I know that you worship Baal now, and because your wife wants you to, and but you had this other God, and he is the God of the Jewish people. And the Jews are his people. And so I say this, let's have a contest. What we're going to do is we'll have a contest of fire. And you take and have your 450 prophets that you have, as where I'm the only one left on my side, and you have them get 2 bulls, and you choose them, whichever ones you want, you choose them, and then we'll do a sacrifice. And what we'll do is we'll each build an altar, and we'll put our sacrifices on it, and then we'll ask our God to start the fire for us. We won't burn it, the burnt offerings and that. We'll have our God burn it for us. And the people all over said, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Let's do that. And Elijah said, okay, good, because now here's the deal. If your God Baal does what he's supposed to do, and you guys win, then we all worship Baal. But if my God, Jehovah, does it, then we all worship him. And so, okay, that sounds like a fair deal. So that's what they're going to do. So they gather up at the mountain, and he says, you guys go first. Go ahead. So they build this altar, real nice and big altar and everything, and they kill the bull, and they put it on, and then they all stand back and they start praying and worshiping the Baal. Oh, Baal, send fire and burn up our sacrifice and all that. And there are 450 of them now. They're all dancing around there, and they're crying out to their god Baal, and they're screaming, please, please send the fire and let it do that. And nothing happens. And so Elijah, now he's kicked back, and he's going, hey, maybe you guys aren't yelling loud enough. Why don't you yell a little bit louder? So they start yelling louder, and they start doing louder. And they're yelling, they're screaming, "Oh, Baal, come on, you start this fire for us." And then Elijah's sitting back, he's going, "Well, you know, maybe you guys aren't cutting yourself enough. Maybe you should cut," because one of their things was to like go and cut themselves to worship Baal and that. So he's yelling, "Why don't you guys cut yourself a little bit more? You're not cutting yourself." So these guys are up there and screaming, they're cutting themselves, and this goes on all day long. So finally it's getting near the end of the day, and nothing happens for them. So Elijah says, "Okay, well, let me, it's my turn. Let me." So these guys back off, and Elijah goes up and he builds this really nice altar. He lays the wood out, and he puts the bull on it, and then he digs this big trench around the altar, and he tells him, he says, "Okay, see that trench there? I want you to fill that up with, just start filling it up with water." And this is in a day when there hadn't been any rain, and that's part of the story too. But anyway, so they're filling the trench up with water, and they pour. He goes, "Okay, now pour water all over the altar and all over the sacrifice. Get it good and wet." So and they're pouring water all over. They got the whole place saturated. They got this trench full of water around it. The altar and the sacrifice is just soaked, right? And these Baal people are looking and going, "He's nuts. Why is he soaking it down?" And Elijah goes, "Okay, here we go." So he steps back and he starts praying Jehovah, and he's saying, "Oh God, send down your fire and burn this altar." And all of a sudden, they look up and they see this up in the sky coming down is this big bolt of fire, and the fire comes down and it hits the altar, and it burns up the sacrifice and the wood, and it keeps burning, and now it starts burning up and disintegrating the stones. And not only that, it goes out and it burns up all the water. So at the end, everything, there's nothing left. It's just disintegrated. The people are going, "Wow, God Jehovah is the God. He's the one." And Elijah told Ahab, he goes, "See, I kind of showed you that Jehovah is the right God. If I was you, so I don't get God mad, I'd go and kill all those 450 prophets of Baal." And he did. And when he got home and told the wife about this, she got really mad. And matter of fact, she got so mad that she basically said, "Well, before 24 hours is up, I'm going to kill this Elijah guy." And that freaks him out. And there's a whole other story of that, which is really cool. By the way, this story is out of the book of 1 Kings in the Old Testament in chapter 18. It's a pretty good story, and there's some real good stories around that. If you're ever interested, and go ahead and check it out. Like I said, there's quite an adventure here with Elijah, and I think you'd get a kick out of it. But talk about a good barbecue story. I thought that was a pretty good one, so I thought I'd make a video response and tell you a story to boot. So you have a great day now. God bless you.